In the dead of night, a single shot rings out, and America's hope for unity dies with it. But what if I told you that the tragic death of President Abraham Lincoln was not just the work of one man, but a web of conspiracy that stretched far beyond what we've been taught? Today, we unravel the mysteries and dive deep into the bizarre conspiracy behind Lincoln's assassination. April 14, 1865. The Civil War was coming to an end, and President Lincoln was looking forward to rebuilding the nation. But his plans were cut short by John Wilkes Booth, an actor with a sinister agenda. Or was it only his agenda? The official story tells us that Booth acted alone in his quest to avenge the South. However, from the moment the tragic news broke, rumors of a larger conspiracy began to swirl. Was Booth merely a pawn in a much larger game? Our journey starts with this central question. Was John Wilkes Booth acting alone, or was there a larger conspiracy involving influential figures of the time? To answer this, we need to explore the web of connections, hidden motives, and suspicious activities that hint at a grander plot. First, let's consider Booth's accomplices. Did you know that Booth wasn't the only one involved in the plot that night? Lewis Powell, David Harold, and George Surratt were all part of Booth's plan to decapitate the government by killing not just Lincoln, but also Vice President Andrew Johnson and Secretary of State William Seward. These men were not random criminals. They were handpicked by Booth to carry out a coordinated attack that could potentially plunge the nation back into chaos. Lewis Powell, a Confederate soldier turned assassin, was assigned to kill Secretary of State William Seward. Powell's brutal attack left Seward severely wounded but alive. David Harold, tasked with guiding Powell, knew the backstreets of Washington, D.C., and served as Booth's right-hand man during the escape. George Surratt was supposed to kill Vice President Andrew Johnson, but lost his nerve at the crucial moment. These coordinated attacks suggest a plot with broader implications than Booth's personal vendetta. But Booth's connections ran even deeper. Some theories suggest he had ties to the Confederate Secret Service. Was there a coordinated effort by the Confederacy to eliminate the Union's leadership in one swift strike? Historians have found letters and documents that hint at a broader Confederate strategy to destabilize the Union through targeted assassinations. One such document, known as the Confederate Cipher, revealed a network of spies and informants that Booth might have been part of. The political climate of the time was a powder keg. The North had won the war, but the South was far from pacified. Some speculate that powerful Southern sympathizers, even within the Union government, may have supported or facilitated Booth's actions. Imagine a scenario where individuals in positions of power covertly aided the assassination plot, hoping to derail the Reconstruction efforts and reinstate a divided nation where their interests would thrive. This theory is bolstered by the fact that Booth had several influential friends who were staunch Confederates. And then, there's the most shocking theory of all. Mary Surratt, the first woman executed by the U.S. government, ran a boarding house where Booth and his co-conspirators met. Was she just a scapegoat, or did she play a crucial role in the conspiracy? During her trial, the prosecution painted her as a key player, but her supporters argue she was an innocent woman caught in a dangerous political game. Evidence presented during her trial and those of the other conspirators hinted at broader connections. Could high-ranking officials have been involved? Some letters and testimonies point to a deeper, more insidious network of power and influence. Consider the mysterious Dr. Samuel Mudd, who treated Booth's broken leg after the assassination. Was he an unwitting participant, or was his medical assistance part of a prearranged escape plan? Dr. Mudd's later conviction and imprisonment suggest the authorities believed he was more than just a bystander. His home, strategically located along Booth's escape route, raises further questions about the level of premeditation involved in the assassination. Mudd's involvement has been debated for decades, with some claiming he was an innocent doctor doing his duty, while others argue he was a knowing accomplice in Booth's flight. Another intriguing figure is John Surratt, Mary's son, who fled the country after Lincoln's death. He was eventually captured and tried, but the case against him ended in a hung jury. Was his escape facilitated by powerful allies who wanted to ensure he remained silent about the conspiracy's true masterminds? John Surratt's mysterious travels across Europe and his eventual capture in Egypt add another layer of intrigue. His trial, filled with dramatic revelations and denials, left more questions than answers about his true role in the conspiracy. Adding to the complexity, there are theories suggesting international involvement. Some historians propose that foreign agents, particularly from Britain or France, might have had an interest in Lincoln's death to weaken the United States. These countries had economic ties to the Confederacy and may have seen Lincoln's assassination as a way to destabilize the Union and maintain their influence in North America. Diplomatic correspondences from the era reveal a web of international intrigue that intersects with Booth's plot in surprising ways. Moreover, the financial aspects of the conspiracy are often overlooked. Booth was a well-known actor, but not a wealthy man. Funding a complex assassination plot required resources. Investigations have uncovered transactions and bank records indicating that Booth and his accomplices received money from shadowy sources. Who financed the plot, and what were their true motivations? The trail of money leads to several wealthy Southern sympathizers and possibly even foreign benefactors. Lincoln's assassination was a pivotal moment in American history, shrouded in mystery and speculation. While John Wilkes Booth pulled the trigger, the true extent of the conspiracy remains a topic of intense debate and investigation. Were powerful figures behind the scenes manipulating events for their own ends? The answer may never be fully known, but the questions linger, casting long shadows over the pages of history. What do you think? Was Booth acting alone, or was he part of a larger, more sinister plot? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to American Facts 101 for more intriguing explorations into the mysteries of our past. And stay tuned for our next video, where we uncover another fascinating historical enigma.